It's the Hollywood Review. We're back live with Tony Boldi.
This is unbreakable love.
Yeah, Chance Paul, turn it up. Well, welcome back to the Hollywood Review. My name is Tony Boldi. We're having a lot of fun. We saw some crazy lizards and reptiles and frogs and snakes. And, our comedian over there, our DJ, is working on his act. We'll keep working on that, Scott. And Chance, again, big round of applause for our opening act, our number, our musical guest, Chance Powell. So I always love having a live audience. You never know what you're going to get, but we have a wonderful live audience, mostly made up of entertainers, dancers, singers, and comedians, magicians. But we have one of my favorite stand-up comedians / writer. Used to write for the Roseanne Barr Show, amongst many other shows. His name is Bob Nickman. Wow. Let's see if Bob Nickman would come up. Big round of applause for my friend Bob Nickman.
Keep it rolling for Bob.
Thank you, sir. I'm so glad you could make it. Do you mind joining us on the couch?
I will join you on the couch.
I just threw him, under the bus. I just said, come support us as a guest. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You want to be heard?
Yeah.
Are you familiar with a microphone? You've done a lot of stand-up.
I have. Where's the camera that I'm looking at?
There's a couple. There's one up here.
Okay.
There's one over there.
Now, is it me or is this couch incredibly low
It's
compared
the
to
David
you?
Letterman thing.
I'm
yeah.
feeling smaller than I usually do.
Yeah.
You're very high out there.
I'm not high.
You're okay.
I quit that 5 years ago. You've done a lot of talk shows. You've been on talk shows. Have you done any of the big ones? Jay Leno, David Letterman?
No. I rose quickly to the middle and then just fell off the precipice.
We had him on our
Tony, I'm here. How fucking huge am I?
Oh, come on now. There's the point where somebody's coming up and somebody's coming down.
Yes.
And we do have a bleep button, by the way. So only a couple young adults in there.
Oh, I'm sorry. And there's children here.
He was on my last show where there was no bleep button.
I thought it was the internet. You could do whatever you want.
Yeah, but there's young adults here. It's respect.
I apologize to the children and the moms that are here. Just the way I talk.
No, but I'm very honored that you're here. So how did you get into stand-up, and then how did that turn into writing for the Roseanne Barr Show?
Well, I was a musician, as you were at one time.
I still am.
And you still are. But do you still play?
I didn't say I was a good one.
Oh, I rose to the middle and musically, and then I was way back in the '80s when the comedy thing started to take off.
One of your friends is Bobcat Gold.
He is.
Goldsmith,
Goldthwait. Very good friend of mine.
See, everyone knows him. He's very funny. He did the voice on Unhappily Ever After. He was huge in all the '80s movies with just that character. And so you guys came up together.
Yeah. Well, I did a lot of stand-up in Boston.
Right.
I was there for a couple years. Yeah.
You lost your accent.
Well, I'm from Ohio, so I never had it. I never had the Boston accent. Yeah, I can't even do it, as a matter of fact.
I can't even. I shouldn't. When I do, my Boston friends want to kill me. Wicked kissa.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So, obviously.
You're a funny bastard.
You're funny bastard.
That was the biggest compliment you could get in Boston.
So we're looking to hire some writers, if any of you are writers out there, to do some opening monologues and some bits. And also we're looking for comedians to come up and do stand-up comedian. We want to be the place that right before you go to the former David Letterman, the Jay Leno's, we want you to come here. We want to say we discovered you. And then if your career is failing, we want to put you back out there, like when Quentin Tarantino discovered John Travolta again, and we want to be that.
I think that's a lofty goal, and not lofty and unreachable, but lofty and ambitious in a good way.
I think I can do it.
And I can help you out.
What do you guys think we can do it? We have a good friend of mine, Jonathan George, in the audience, and he's out there discovering young talent every day, and he's brought some of them for us in the next section, and I'm honored to have him. But what I'm trying to do in these 4 different segments, or 10 minutes, or quick viral videos, they're not like the 6-second vines, but just enough to see that there's a lot of talent in Hollywood undiscovered. We want to give them a place in yourself, a place to really present yourself to a new audience and a larger audience. So again, how did you get to the Roseanne Barr Show? I mean, you don't get much higher than that.
Well, it was kind of an odd way it happened. I knew her from the clubs, and she saw me perform. And one day they were parked on the street on 3rd Street Promenade, and I just went over and we were talking, and they offered me a job writing on her show. Yeah. So it was.
You were just talking, you show up, and you get it one of the biggest jobs you could have ever gotten.
Yeah, it was kind of like, hey kid, you play drums. You want to start with Miles Davis?
Yeah,
It was kind of like that. It was like the #1 show.
And how did you feel about that?
Scared.
But you did it.
Yeah, you always do the stuff you're scared of.
Well, did you,
Always.
I heard
There's
Woody
some
Allen,
advice for the,
Woody Allen used to get so scared he'd go in the bathroom and relieve himself or puke or whatever and come back out and give a great performance, a weird performance. And I would, have comedians on like, Larry Hankin, I don't know if he played on Friends, he was the neighbor next door. Seinfeld, he was what Kramer's character
You owe
was
me a
based
cat.
around. What's that?
You owe me a cat.
Yeah.
That's
So
what he did.
he's been on the show and he talked about what it's like, what you guys really have to go through working your act out on stage in front of a live audience every night and staying out till 2, 3, 4 in the morning.
yeah, it's a, I always say it's a young man's game, but then what isn't, right? Every job is.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a lot of failure, and it's like anything that was a creative endeavor. You fail your way to success. You just don't stop, and
Well, most
you have
people
a lot
don't
of bad
remember
nights.
second, right?
Hmm?
Most people don't remember second in anything. So you can fail all day long because no one's going to remember it.
There's kind of no such thing. 'Cause
Right.
It's just just a
Everything's leading
moment.
you to the next
Yeah.
success.
Now, if you're failing every time, you might want to reconsider your path.
You got bills to pay, right? So are you still, writing for a living, or is
Yeah.
it, and so you're paying your bills as well?
I am.
That's hard to say in LA.
Yeah. It's like this.
Yeah.
But it's it's been great.
So would you be willing to write one of my opening monologues?
I'll write you a couple of jokes.
And how much would that cost me?
For
We're doing
you,
business live on the air right now.
I will give you 5 jokes for free.
Really?
Yes. And
I have a pen. I can
Yeah.
bring it over there if you want to start right
Do you
now.
have one that you're going to donate to the show right now?
Sure. This isn't mine. Do you want it?
Oh, you're going to sell me somebody else's jokes?
I said it's free. That's why they're all.
You didn't say I wouldn't go to jail.
They're all stolen.
Don't all comedians
No,
steal?
I don't
No, I think that's a big taboo thing.
That
in
is
your
not the
business.
way to go.
Right,
Not the way to go.
yeah, exactly.
So.
So, do you want to be center stage, or you want to do it right here?
No.
I'm trying
I
to get them out there.
I'll give you a joke that I wrote recently.
Okay, that'll work.
And it doesn't, it's that I recently put strobe headlights in my car to make the deer run slower.
Oh, did it work?
Did it work?
I like to.
Yeah.
It's a little.
I'll be using those.
I'm from Michigan. I mean, it's seriously scary to drive and not knowing when that deer is just going to cross the street and stick his hoof right through your window. So, yeah, we've seen a lot of it. Well, you know what? Let's big round of applause, Bob. My new joke writer for the Hollywood Group.
Thanks for calling me out of the audience and put me on the
Oh, I
spot.
have to pay the price. I know.
Well, if we weren't friends, I would have told you to go fuck yourself.
Yeah, well,
we
you
are
did.
friends.
Oh, there we
Again, I did
go. There
it
we
again.
go.
Don't you know?
Ladies and gentlemen, our sit-down comedian.
Thank you so much. I want you to stick around because guess what's coming up next?
Models.
Well, yeah, we do. That's how I got him here. We have some of the top models in the world, but yes, they own the magazine and started the magazine called Viva Glam, and they're going to do a fashion show for us. We're going to go to a break so we have more time for it. But when we come back, if you want to stick around,
What was the name of the thing? FEMA?
Viva Glam.
Like life.
We have
Viva la
we have
vida.
Katarina and Candace, and they've been on the show. Actually, I think they've been on our other show more than any other guest I've ever had. I think they've come on the most.
Yeah.
So
Well,
that doesn't mean much, but.
I modeled for a little while.
Well, they might put you in something, and we might actually see him do the catwalk.
Would you like to know what I modeled?
What did you want?
Because I was setting myself up
Oh, you
to
set a
help you
joke
with a joke.
Okay, I'm sorry. I got
Socks.
You were modeling socks, like the Chili Peppers model socks? Did you know how they?
Oh,
model?
yes,
Is that how you
yes.
model?
Actually, one of my
All
favorite
right, this-
photos that I've ever seen, the chili
The
peppers.
ones with the holes in it? It's because it's where your foot goes. Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. That's
Well,
why
with
you're over there and I'm over here.
With that note, we're going to see if we still have our commercial sponsors. We're going to take it back to our commercial break. We'll be right back with Viva Glam's fashion magazine models and the creators, and we're real excited about that. Bob, thank you so much for being on the show. Let's hear it from Bob Nickman.
Bob Nickman.